I've been going for a minute. Now I'm back with the roundup. Y'all, if y'all follow me over on Housewives and Chit Chat on TikTok, you know that every now and then I do this thing called the Bravo Roundup because the housewife world and the Bravo world can get so crazy that sometimes it's just hard to keep up. So today we have our resident teapot. Okay, baby, the one that spills all the tea, make sure it's fresh. Honestly, the chit chatter world would be different if it wasn't for this person, baby. Let's get into the Leo of it all. My name is El Murasaki, and this is Housewives and Chit Chat, the show. You could have been anywhere on the internet, but you're here chit chatting with us, and that is so greatly appreciated. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please hit the button. If you're watching this and you like this video, you like my glasses, you like hearing me talk, whatever it is that you like, hit the like button, baby. And finally, if you got something to say, chit chat with me in the comments, baby. Talk to me. I promise I'm talking back. You, the teapot themselves, Leo is here. You know, we only here for a good time, not a long time. So we gonna get right into the mess. Friend, what is the first topic of tea going on in the Bravo Housewife world?
We want to talk about this blind item. That's what we're going to get into.
Now, if you haven't seen the blind item, it'll pop up here on the screen in a second. A lot of people in the comments is saying that it's Melissa, but I don't think it is.
I've been seeing it, and I read the comments, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, if you're going to pick a housewife, obviously Melissa is the topic that's going around now. So people are going to be like, oh, it's Melissa. It's Joe. It's Melissa and Joe and her family. When it comes to East Coast housewives, they like to target on the Jersey wives, and I don't know why. But
as if that's the only East Coast franchise.
Yeah, like I don't think it's anybody in Jersey in particular. I don't even think it's the Atlanta women either.
No, I think it's Sonia Morgan.
I do.
And y'all know me. Listen, Sonia Sangria, hello. They have sent us wine. We love them. I'm just looking at the keywords in the blind item, the house of cards, the possible bankruptcy. And those are things that have slightly been part of Sonia's storyline before. We've talked about the need to sell the house and how it's up cost. What was it? The second season of us meeting her, the production company was suing her. So it's like, and now that we really know that legacy probably not happening, which is the thing that they're banking on.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't Sonia and Luann film for a little spinoff, the little talent show situation?
They did, and they actually showed that preview at BravoCon in October of 2022. And I don't know if it's slated to come out before the reboot of Roni or after, but I feel like it's coming because it's about to make a whole year since they filmed that.
And we're getting ready to not be interested in the Luann and Sonia bopping around the city of it all. You think it's Sonia? I think it's Sonia. Let us know in the comments who you think this blind item is about. I'm excited, but I think you might be more excited about Quad coming back to Married to Medicine. I want to know what you think, A, and then B, did you see that little clip of her in the confessional?
I didn't get to see the clip, but I am excited that she's returning because once when you think about Married to Medicine, you think about the staple, the head, of course you think about Mariah, but you're also thinking about the ones who started it, which is Mariah herself, Quad, Toya, yes, Simone, and Jackie. And
I think Married to Medicine, I think Miss Quad. Okay. She got it. I can't say Married to Medicine and not sing that. And that's huge for any person, but specifically for Quad.
Mm-hmm. And I just feel like for Quad, like it would feel different because we've seen Quad pop up mid-season, season 8, where she just popped up and they made her a friend of the show, which was, in my opinion, a horrible decision.
No, that was the worst decision.
And I feel like if you're gonna bring back Dr. G and his new wife, mistress, whatever she is now, why not have Quad there? Why not see that play out? Even though Quad may pay it dust, but just why bring back her ex-husband and not keep her around?
Right, if we're not going to close the circle. That was kind of the thing for me. And it was like, Married to Medicine has been on for so long, and Quad has been on for so long that I felt like and I didn't know whose fault it was. I don't know if Quad was dragging her feet on the contract or if it was Bravo, but I almost felt like, Bravo, how dare you? Like, no, we've seen this woman's whole story. I want to see her kind of feet be held to the fire. And not to lie, I want to see Quad uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I feel like Quad has skated on every season, and that's not to say the girls don't come for her, but the level of accountability that the girls hold Quad to is not the same that all the other girls get held to. And so I wanted to see her squirm. Sorry, I said it.
And I agree, but I feel like the fans of the show, not even like fans of Quad, but the fans of Married to Medicine in general, have had a negative reaction towards Quad for like the last 2 or 3 seasons because of, you know, her bringing up certain scandals, her bringing up everybody lies in the Bravo universe, so certain lies, certain receipts are just bringing things to light in general. I just feel like
bringing the girl to the housewarming, like
exactly.
We never really circled back to that, like.
Like it's just been a negative reaction overall. So I feel like, you know, with bringing Dr. G and his new wife, and even like bringing Phaedra on too, like, you know, there's certain things that need to be discussed. And even if Quad didn't return, I did say this in private, and I'm gonna say it publicly. I would honestly want to see Quad on RHOA.
I have said that Quad is a better fit. Let's move Phaedra over there. Let's move Quad over there. After this, listen, once we see closure and the Dr. G of it all, and respectfully to T, I don't think that you could exist that closely with your ex-wife and then not have the like, some time has passed. We don't have any emotions attached to it anymore. Let's just have a clear conversation. I needed this from you and I didn't get that. And I needed this from you and I didn't get that. And you gave this and whatever. Okay, thank you. Closure. Right. Once we see Quad and Dr. G do that, I don't need to see Quad on Married to Medicine anymore. But I need to see her on my TV.
Like I always felt like, you know, like if Quad wasn't going to return and Phaedra was there to take over, and, you know, Phaedra was going to be a permanent, you know, full-time cast member of Married to Medicine, and yes, so was Dr. G's new wife. I felt like, you know, Bravo should have took that opportunity to be like, okay, well, you know, even though this season of RHOA filmed already, you know, why don't we just put the board together for season 16 and be like, you know, let's get Quad up on board. But
I think that's where Andy and them casting execs, they're smart. If I was them, I would hold that to the reunion. That deal could have already been inked, and I would hold it to the reunion. And that is literally how we would close the reunion show. We'll see you next season for Married to Medicine, and we'll see you, Quad, over on Atlanta. Boom.
Right.
Cut. And just let the people talk. Let them scurry amongst themselves.
Because I just feel like nowadays, you know, it's normal to see housewives cross over. You know, before it was common, but, you know, it was just like, oh, well, you know, she's on this episode of Beverly Hills. She's on this episode of New York. Now it's just like, okay, well, you know, you just get thrown here. You get thrown here. Like, you know, for example, the people we want Cynthia to go to Beverly Hills. And, you know, Cynthia made a guest appearance on Beverly Hills for this season.
My thing is, I don't like the housewife crossovers, if I'm being completely honest. Mm-hmm. I just like them more than all these random girls they keep bringing in. Like, if I had my way, we would 86 everybody and we would start over. I need the next Vicki Gunvalson. I need the next Nene Leakes. I know this isn't Housewives, but Tamar Braxton, that personality. These women have too much to lose. Mm-hmm. The women on the show, and the women with things to lose, they don't want to come over here. Like Sheree, we ain't never seen none of Sheree's friends on Atlanta. And I don't think that's because Sheree doesn't have them. I think it's because who wants to willingly subject themselves to all that being a housewife and a friend of comes with?
And that's one, like, I saw an interview the other day with the Escape members, and they were talking about, you know, has Bravo ever approached them in the past before to, you know, come on to Real Housewives of Atlanta and, you know, be a full-time cast member. Tiny has been approached several times. Her recent one was season 10. She got approached, turned it down. Tamika Scott been approached before twice, and she said, you know, And she said, during those times, she was going through a rough patch with her husband, and she did not want to showcase that on live television for
Smart
people
woman.
to comment on. So she did respectfully declined. So
that's a very, very smart woman. I want to know from you, the chit chatters, what you think about Quiet coming back. Are you into it? Would you want to see her on Atlanta? Who would you like to see on not this season getting ready to air, but the next season of Atlanta if you were in charge of casting? Well, if you are like Leo and I, you're probably sitting at home thinking, where is Real Housewives of Orange County? Well, let Andy tell it any day now. So that I think we've been saying it all spring. So
child, when
whatever.
it happens.
It happened. Child, I don't know. At this point, we're in the race for the finish line. Like, are we going to get Renaissance visuals? or are we going to get OC? Like, what is going to happen first? Because my God, on today.
And I understand Bravo's filming schedule for 2022 to 2023 has been thrown off because of, obviously Beverly Hills took a 2-month pause.
And legal. That's allegedly why we don't have Orange County.
Yeah, and
Taylor's legal team.
Yeah, and there's just been the film. First of all, the filming schedule has been messed up. Dubai was supposed to have been filmed, but obviously Dubai is an international franchise, and if you don't understand the international franchise filming schedules, they film when the weather is good. So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
So just a lot of that takes into place, and I feel like it's coming. I believe Andy this time is coming because Jersey's coming to a close. And Reese's what is special.
No, it has to come because it's going to really throw things off. But also, and this, as much as I'm like, where is OC? I also have to realize it is a business, right? And you have to think COVID still messed people up, like in terms of filming schedules and getting back on. If like Atlanta has a season that it airs in, Potomac has a season that it airs in, and so on and so forth. Well, that COVID of it all threw things off a season. And so some things hurried up. And then you have the Roni pauses and the things in between there that they didn't account for that just threw it off even more while they're trying to scramble to keep something on TV. Speaking of on TV, Celebrity Family Feud is coming back. And Real Housewives of Orange County girls filmed. And they filmed and they played against Real Housewives of Atlanta girls, right?
Tamra Judge, Shannon Storms Bedore, Heather Dubrow, Gina Kirchenheiter, and Jennifer Pedranti.
Well, when that picture was posted, Miss Vicky Gunvalson says, "Nobody show," got in the comments and said, "Nobody called her." And I normally am like, Vicky, your era is over. Your reign is over, and that's okay, baby girl. Go to Kodo and just chill out. But this time, I agree with Vicky. If there was ever a place for Vicky V. Gunvalson to shine, it was going to be on Steve Harvey's Family Feud.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mess up.
And I just feel like, listen, y'all tossed in the newbie over like Vicky. And it's no shade to, the Jennifer, the new Orange County housewife, but, we could have saved you for your actual debut on Orange County. We didn't need to debut you on Family Feud.
I'll do you one better. Why was Gina there? Because the tea that I heard said that Gina got demoted to friend of, and Taylor was the orange holder. So my question is, if you weren't dynamic enough to be a full-time orange holder, what made them think that we wanted to see you on Family Feud?
Listen, Gina, go back to Chili's. Go back to Chili's. Get your check from Chili's. It's okay. We are good.
Wait, that is the perfect segue, friend. Speaking of working at Chili's, Miss I Want to Be Relatable so bad, Bethany Frankel. What is this and why is this happening to me? If y'all don't know what this is, we're talking about her TikToks of it all. And her being on a spending freeze because she doesn't believe in the word DIET.
Bethany, if you are listening, please do us a favor and just stop. Just
cease
stop.
And desist.
Just stop what you're doing. In general, I love, and I say this all the time, and I don't like to make references to, other people and Beyonce, but be like Beyonce. Post a picture and just shut it. Like, I don't like, she don't give too much. Just post your 1-2 and that's it. You don't gotta, deep dive into things. Like, I understand you got a podcast. I understand you got your businesses. I understand that you like to recap on Housewives, even though you're not on Housewives, but you made your impact by giving us the Bethany clause. But other than that, like, just let go.
Let go and let God. Pipe down, please. Like, it's like every time I open up my TikTok, it's her doing makeup or smacking on food. You want to know about that time that I was the nanny for Paris Hilton? Actually, no, I don't.
You know what makes me cringe with her is like when when she knows, she thinks she knows. I'm not gonna say she thinks she knows because obviously she's a former housewife, but she loves to deep dive into other franchises and who did what, whose contract was what like, let
mind the business that pay you.
Yeah, like, let these people speak for themselves. Like, you know your contract, you don't know their contract. When a housewife be like I remember the other day she was recapping, like, when a housewife says, they left on their own terms, that's not true. I'm like, at this point, I don't really care if they left on their own terms or Bravo fired them. Let them leave.
Push out or force out, baby. They out. Okay.
Yeah,
and we want to talk about the people that's in, except for the people that Sheree is dragging in. And let's end on the Atlanta of it all. If y'all know me, y'all know I don't normally like to talk about the season before the season airs. I hate all of the preseason chatter because then it's like you've seen the whole season before it airs, and then I'm bored because at this point we know it's manufactured, we know it's entertainment. Like, for me, I have a cap, and the preseason stuff takes it over the cap, unless the tea is mouthwatering, and that's what you had today, Leo. Mouthwatering tea.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's chit chat, shall we? So B. Scott went on the Breakfast Club. He goes on to say that there's a recording, allegedly another Snake Gate. If you don't know what Snake Gate is, refer back to season 12,
please,
of the Nene of it all.
Please.
I'm not a big fan of housewives. Housewives recording other housewives and just airing it all out. I'm just not a big fan of that. If you want to air somebody out, do it while they're present.
Yeah, do it while they're present or when the cameras is rolling. Other than that, keep it to thyself.
But then this time it happened to be about another housewife kissing another housewife. And if you don't know of Atlanta scandals, please refer back to season 9 as well. And that's where it just lost me, because I'm just like, if you're gonna bring up another housewife, kiss another housewife, we've been down that road before.
We've definitely. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, Drew Sidora is being accused of kissing friend of LaToya. You remember that she was like Kenya's BFF bestie. She was also there on the season with Fallon and her and Fallon. That was them that got into a fight, right? Around she was running around the house. Yep, that's her. Okay. Here's the thing with me. And it's the same thing when we were on Bolo and all of that. These women went out of their way to cover up cameras. Mm-hmm. They were filming, but they went out of their way to cover up cameras to say not this. I don't want to talk about anything that happened when people assumed that they were safe.
Hello.
In a judgment-free, nobody's going to tell, everybody's letting their inhibitions down in that type of space. I don't want to talk about that. Now, if we are at a tea, like tea and crumpets type dinner, crust off, and all of a sudden you look over in the corner and LaToya and Drew is making out and it's all in public in this film, yes, I have an opinion, real bad. You feel what I'm saying? But once that assumed level of safety is there, I'm not for anybody breaking that and penetrating that barrier. So I'm not into it. And I also feel like Drew is going to give us fake holier than thou, I'm a church girl, so I can't be lesbian type situation. I promise you that's the last thing I want to hear.
And my thing is, if we're two seasons after, you know, that happened, why are we why not? First of all, why now? And then it just gives me like the same thing that happened to Portia that season, where, you know, that's all we talked about. Literally after that South Carolina, that's all we talked about. Trip.
All we talked about this, and for the same reasons that I just stated, Kenya was lame for that. Kenya, I don't care. That to me gave, I don't have a storyline and I will do anything to secure my bag. Because again, these women went out of their way to put up cameras to say, hey, we not filming this, that, and the third. We shouldn't be talking about it.
First of all, season 13, I always tell people all the time, that's like the season that I will respectfully skip over. It never happened to me.
Every time, child, we arguing about bolo and crab cakes.
Like it never happened to me. But at the same time, it's just like, and I love Candy. But when I read the article, it said that Candy and Marlo,
that part,
you know, brought it up.
Dare you, of all people, be the one to bring up anybody's sexual anything, okay? Unless it was a situation where she felt threatened or when somebody tried her man, not the conversation for you.
Right, and it's like, love you, Candy, but this just happened to you like 6 years ago. It, like the same story, we're writing the same tune.
The same tune. I'm telling you, I rolled my eyes and I was like, I literally thought to myself, like, this could be my last season of Atlanta. Like, if this is what we getting ready to do, I might have to see what Love and Hip Hop is talking about on MTV.
It's like we repeating history at this point. Like, let's find something new. Like please stop recycling old stories and putting it onto new people.
Please, for the love of God. And while we're at it, no more bath scenes. Friend, this has been the Bravo Roundup. Before we let you go, where can we find you? What you want to tell the people?
Okay, so you can find me obviously on Instagram at Leo Devoe _, LeoDeVaux _ TikTok without the underscore, YouTube Leo Devoe official, and you know, I'm a sprinkle in, you know, my music. Stream Hallelujah, I'm Single featuring Eric, who was recently on The Voice season 22. And yeah, follow me on Spotify and Apple Music at Leo Devoe.
Guys, please go, if you have Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, stream the song, baby. Even if your volume is broke on there, okay? A listen is free. Mm-hmm. Amen. And it helps so much. So give it a listen. If you really like it, share it with somebody. Same with this video. If you enjoyed it, send it to somebody else who might like it. You guys could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here chit-chatting with us, and that was greatly appreciated. Until Wednesday, when we're rewinding about the New Jersey of it all, I'm El Mirasaki. This has been Housewives and Chit Chat, the show.